So I wanted to talk into the Epstein files today, as I believe it's an amplification of the dysfunction of our society. So let's get started. What I'm seeing in this is the denial, the avoidance, the cover-up, the bystander effect, sociopathy, psychopathy, narcissism, and avoidance. And all these things accumulated have created this monster of a thing in our society. And I believe that we have this on a small scale in other areas. So what does that mean? That predatory behavior, that narcissistic behavior, the lack of empathy, the wanting to hurt other people, the disempowerment of people who turn into very bad people, evil people. So why I'm talking about this and why I'm bringing it in is because it's so important for us to be in reality of our society. When people are in power, they do not always have your best interests at heart. A police officer may not have become a police officer to rescue people, to support people, to make this place a better place. They may have become a police officer because once upon a time they were very disempowered. Maybe they were beaten by their father. Maybe that something negative happened to them that made them feel very disempowered. So as an adult, they thought, okay, I'll become a police officer because that will make me feel strong, in control, and I'll be someone in authority that can get away with a lot. This is what's happened. People who are doctors, police officers, priests, they put themselves in a situation of power where they have authority, have power, and who's impacted by this? Vulnerable people, people who want to evolve and grow, people who put their power in others because that's what they were taught when they were younger, people who are desperate and need help. So this is where discernment comes in. Because these people cover up things for others, so we can't rely on authority, we can't rely on government, we can't rely on people who are meant to keep us safe, which is the most saddest thing, and that's the most disturbing thing as well about all of this stuff that's come out. So who can we rely on? We can only rely on ourselves and our own discernment and our ability to identify when someone is being predatory, when someone does not have our best interests at heart, when someone doesn't feel quite right when we're around them, when we have a fear response, to honor that fear response. What can happen if you've grown up to suppress yourself, suppress your needs, have no boundaries? If you've grown up with abuse or violence and fear was the way that you were controlled, what you will find is you will be more susceptible to predatory behavior because you will dismiss the odd feeling that you get. On a lower scale, this is the dynamic that we can have when we are with someone that is maybe avoidant. They dismiss us. They devalue us. Maybe they tease us or make us feel like we're less than. We believe that, right? So people who believe that, we believe that and think there's something wrong with us, think that we're overreacting, think that our fear response or our anxiety is a reflection of our mental health and there's something wrong with me. In the reality, your body's sending you signals constantly, and the way that you respond to those signals is the most important thing. So if you've been taught to dismiss your signals, then what you're going to do is you're going to justify why someone is doing odd things, saying odd things, making you feel uncomfortable. You may go, I'm not a confident person around others, or I'm really needy, or I'm really anxious, and we kind of just blame ourselves. The work that I do is very much around knowing and identifying the cues in your body, your emotions, your fear response, and understanding what they're telling you, because we are instinctively, intuitively very wise. Our mind and conditioning is that's what gets in the way of us protecting ourselves, standing up for ourselves, and honoring what we know about ourselves. This is something that I'm so passionate about, and I have been since I got into this work. It is why I do this work, because we cannot trust people in authority to have our best interests at heart. We can't even always trust the closest people to us to have our best interests at heart. All we can do is come back to ourselves and understand what is best for ourselves and make decisions from that place.